Welcome to Thinking Big Ecom, Module 1, Video 3. In this video, we're going to look at researching products. Now, bear in mind this is researching the products that are actually available in the market and available in your market, available in your niche. It's not necessarily choosing the actual products that you're going to sell. It's looking for inspiration, it's looking for ideas, it's sort of validating that there are products to sell in the market. So now it's time to research products. We're looking for new or proven or innovative products. That's the idea here. And to be honest with you, if you can combine sort of like innovative with proven, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but it is possible to improve on things that are out there, looking for getting to be sort of taking what's out there and proven and improving it. That's really the key. That's what we did with a lot of the stuff that we've done. Wooden watches, for example, have always existed. Well, they've existed for a number of years. Personalisation and engraving and customisation is something that we knew was taking off, and we combined the two. So it's about sort of trying to innovate, but not necessarily reinvent the wheel. As I said earlier, this is more about validating the niche than choosing what to sell. So watchcount.com is a pretty great tool for checking out. It basically monitors eBay, and it watches the count. It counts the watches, the people that are watching any particular product on eBay. So that's a pretty good indication that products in a particular niche are selling. You want to look for products with high watches. Also use AliExpress, Alibaba, and Amazon. Now, again, with AliExpress, we will be teaching you to bulk out websites with items that you can just quickly order on AliExpress. If you're not familiar with AliExpress, just please bear with me. You'll see it as the course goes on. But more than likely, if you've looked into any kind of ecom before, you will be. AliExpress is what people ram down your throat when you're trying to start an ecom business, and we're sort of advising a little bit of that plus a lot of developing an entire brand. But what AliExpress and Alibaba is really good for, Alibaba's great if you want to order items for yourself. So, for example, when we knew we wanted to sell wooden watches, we knew we needed a supplier to be able to send us those wooden watches, and we literally had them sent at the time. It was we had them in our garage, which then moved on to an office and a workshop and everything else. But it's great for finding people companies who make the products that you might be looking for. So, for example, let's say you decided to go into snowboards. You find on AliExpress or Alibaba people companies in China that have or anywhere else, China, India, lots of other countries in the world that manufacture low-cost manufacturing, that they will they make these items. So if you can, it's possible for you to strike a deal with them to custom make something for you. So whether that's so you're really looking to use AliExpress and Alibaba to validate that some items in your niche are selling, but also find trusted people that you can work with later on. So what we're looking for at the moment is great product ideas. We're looking for things that we can jot down onto our file and check that there are trusted suppliers out there that we can work with in the niche, and then add them to your list for inspiration later, so that we can work on the products and product ideas from this sort of master list. So let's head over the shoulder as we start to research products. Okay, so here we are over on the browser, and we're going to start looking at products researching products, trying to find, basically we're just looking, I suppose you could argue that with the cooking niche, the one that we're going to go in for this example, like I said in the past videos, we know that there are cooking products selling because they are in the supermarkets. I'm gonna carry on focusing on the barbecue sub niche because I've already sort of started to fill that in. I've not gone through the whole list yet. I'm going to do that in between videos. I'm going to try to work through some of this this module, and then I'm going to fill in this in my spare time, so I can sort of basically, as though you were doing it, you know, you'd probably watch some videos going ahead, and then you'd be working on this in your spare time. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're at watchcount.com, and this basically looks at items on eBay. Let's go. Why is USA not in there? It should be. It's there. Okay, so what we want to look for is products in our niche, and we want to make sure that we're sort of taking note of products that have got a lot of people watching them. And then we want to do this a similar sort of thing on Alibaba.com. Alibaba.com, basically, if you're unfamiliar, AliExpress is where you can sort of buy one item at a time. So you can list the item on your website, and then when you get an order, you can place the order on AliExpress and have that shipped to the customer. Whereas Alibaba is more about sort of working with suppliers. So we found our watch suppliers on here, and I'm sure Kevin probably found his suppliers, or has some of his suppliers on Alibaba. Basically, you can order on here, but there'll be more like minimum order quantities. So if you wanted to invest in something, so if you had a firm idea on something, so say it was wooden watches like it was for us, we had to go and order 100 to start out. So, you know, we took some money, invested it into 100 watches, bought a cheap engraving machine, engraved the watches, and shipped them out to our customers. So in this case, you would want to buy 100 of something and list it for sale. But this is how you get sort of custom items. So you're going to find custom items on here that you can literally work with a supplier, get them to create something for you, and then send it to you, and you'll ship that out to customers yourself. AliExpress, you can literally sort of order one thing at a time. There won't be minimum order quantities as such. Amazon, we're just going to use that to look and see if other people are selling items in our niche. Again, it's just sort of validation, really. And again, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that on Amazon.com there's going to be cooking products and barbecue products being sold, probably in the droves. And I'm just going to go through this as though it was another niche. As though it was a niche that, say, you knew nothing about. So let's go on here and let's just search for BBQ. And again, we're going to take these. So we don't necessarily want actual barbecues in this case. It might be more like some of these things might be suitable. We want to go sort of over 500 watches, really, roughly. So barbecue grill, tool set might be used, something like that might be useful. Apron. Well, we know that aprons are selling. I mean, even those like 250 watches on an apron, not bad at all, really. It's not quite the 500 that we're looking for, but we know it's a good idea that quite a lot of people are watching that. And obviously, if we were to buy something that was, if we were to sell something, if we were to sell something that was customized or had, you know, some sort of level of personalization, maybe not personalization, but sort of something sort of funny, interesting quotes on it, these kind of designs, then, you know, if you've got that would definitely bring some value to it. Let's go barbecue. So again, it's more, in this case, it's more the actual barbecues, fire pits, and I suppose possibly because it's actually, as I'm speaking to you now, it's -5 outside, and it's heavily snowing here in the UK. So you know, there is a chance that probably this is not so hot at this time of the year. But let's go for something else, and let's go baking. 3,000 watches. There's something like this would be quite cool, actually. So these are silicone sort of molds, designs. So let's go baking molds. Let's try expanding out on that again, as though we were searching for baking mold. See, the thing is you have to use a little bit of common sense, because although we're looking into barbecue, we would be looking into barbecue in, say, February, like it is now, with a view to selling items in the next couple of months. So so that would be more of a case of, we would accept that the views, the sort of the watches and stuff, might not be so popular right now, because of the time of the year, but we know that those are gonna increase, and they're gonna they're going to grow as we get towards the summer. So we wouldn't necessarily take that as, because there was a low number of views on, or watches on there, we might still look on, say, let's have a look at these baking molds. So these, we've got some ones that are like the shapes of babies. They might be quite cool. They might be quite sell quite well. These guys have they've got 5 stars as well, which is good star rating. You want to be looking for a seller on AliExpress, or on they need to have a high number of orders. You need to have a high number of good feedback score as well to work with them. So let's have a look on Alibaba for the same thing. Baking molds. Now imagine if you could, just working on this baking mold idea, imagine if you could have custom baking molds. So if you could contact one of these suppliers on here and ask them to actually make, now yes, you might end up having a fairly high minimum order, 1,200, but if you looked at the 64 cents per item, so that might sound like a lot, but I mean, you're talking about maybe, I don't know, what would that be, sort of, about $750. It's not the end of the world. $750 if you could get 1,200 custom baking molds created and then sold them for, let's have a look, $7.99, and you're making them for 64 cents or more. These ones are flowered shaped ones for $14.99. These ones have sold at 1,000. These are selling. We know these are selling. These are selling for $16, and they're emoji ones. So imagine if you were to have emoji ones created, or if you were to have, the number of the ideas on that are limitless. You might be able to work out a deal with the supplier where you could get, just as a completely crazy example, 600 cat baking molds and 600 dog baking molds, and you'd contact these guys, and you'd be, so this is all just stuff that we're looking at ideas right now. So, I'm going to start adding these into, sorry, I've done that many times, I'm still not learning. So, products, well, obviously that's barbecue, so let's go into baking mold here. So, baking molds, maybe custom. Let's have a look at barbecue. And again, I started this by getting the idea from here. So baking, I got the idea from looking at watches on here. There's tons of things you could. I mean, this is to give you the ideas to get you started, to get you going. There's all sorts of things. I mean, we could go on forever with this. We could be looking homegrown spices. Spices not a bad one, actually. Both ship fairly well. Stainless steel finger hand protector. Egg molds, quite interesting. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, the outdoor camping, hiking, picnic, cooking, all sorts of cooking pot. Salad serving tongs. Again, salad serving tongs could be customised. You could work with a supplier to have those customised with some kind of set. So let's, for example, say you had, again, I'm just musing here, but let's say you had let's say we were talking about the vegan aspect of it. So we wanted to find out if there were vegan quotes, vegan memes. Vegan I've seen one that says something like, "Oh, that's very weird." I was just going to say, "Eat figs, not pigs," and then up popped a fig website. I mean, there are lots of one way back might be to search for vegan t-shirts. Again, I'm just using examples here. So, not your mum, not your milk. So let's say, okay, here's an idea off the top of my head. So there's a saying for meat eaters, salad, that's what food eats. So it's sort of like a bit of a joke that they're saying that they're not interested in eating salad because that's what food eats, that's what cows eat, that kind of thing. So what about having some kind of meat tongs that are meant for not for salad, but are meant for meat, and on the side of them you could have written salad, that's what food eats. And that's an idea for a product. So that's just one off the top of my head. I mean, you can get creative with this stuff, and you can come up with all sorts of stuff. So you might have, let's say, barbecue tongs salad, that's what food eats. So okay, so the 20 cents to 90 cents, 500 pieces minimum order, but you could work out something with them, I'm sure, where they would engrave something down the side. So this is, that's just a personalised or customised meat tongs. Barbecue tongs is one that I will probably end up actually doing on this website. Even the wooden ones, so engraved on the wood down there, 1,000 pieces, doesn't actually say how much they are, minimum order. But as you can see, that's the kind of things when you start searching and you start looking at things. These ones here, so 40,000, 7 transactions, that's not the best. These ones not so bad, 50,000 plus, 62 transactions, 3 diamonds. Diamonds is sort of like a rating, a seller rating. Again, that's just Alibaba. BBQ tongs. So there's tons in here as well. Free shipping, $2.37. These coloured ones, $1.36. Did I see them somewhere else? Colour, I think I did. $3.26. Wow, they're not making very much on those. So obviously they're just kind of doubling the money on those. They're obviously drop shipping them from probably here, I would imagine. So those guys who are selling those on that website, on they're selling them for $3.26, and they're probably buying them on AliExpress here. So when they make an order on eBay, they come over here and they place that order there. And they're just kind of roughly doubling the money. Which is not necessarily an angle that I suggest that you go, really. I mean, what I would tend to do with this is I would order 500 of these, and I would have them personalised, like I say, with some kind of salad, that's what food eats, written down the side, and I would target those to barbecue people, and that's the kind of idea that I would go for. And the ideas with this kind of thing are limitless. You really just have to keep going and going. Facebook, you can use the search feature again, so posts about barbecue tongs. Oh, I'm not sure if there's going to be anything on here, we'll see. I mean, Facebook is more like, I was searching before I started the video for things like post about barbecue apron. So you can also put, when you're doing this, post about, and then you just put words that you would hope to find in the post. So post about order barbecue apron. So here we go. How would you like to impress at the next barbecue? Kids $26.99, adults $29.99. Order now with this link, stephenbrownart.co.uk, collection / apron, idea for next barbecue, and they've got some kind of art on them. 723 likes, 20 comments, 31 shares. That's pretty good. And again, you could put whatever. You could go print on demand or ordering these and put whatever you wanted on them. Yeah. I mean, even the salad. That's what food eats. On a barbecue apron wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, I suppose, either. I'll try all these things out as we go through the course, and we'll play around with them. But as you can see, barbecue aprons are definitely selling on here. So again, if you were ordering, post about order. Let's say we were going for a completely new niche. Let's try that. Don't know. It might be a little bit. I don't know. Do people really sell? Okay, get this very limited create a logo skateboard while you still can. Ships worldwide with free shipping for US residents. So people are actually selling 2.3k, 108 comments. That's really good. So people are actually selling things like skateboards and stuff on Facebook, and you can just check all this out. So post about order fishing. Fishing lure. Yeah. There's all stuff. So yeah, there is definitely stuff selling on Facebook. So if people, if you're seeing posts, if you're searching for posts about order, you could also go like, it's like as an example to check out what the people so post about free shipping jewelry. New jewelry, free shipping. So you can just play around, and you can sort of, this is how you find what posts people are pages are making, what to actually sell things. So just get creative with the things that you search for. So post about just pay shipping. Just keep searching. Just pay shipping. So posts about vegan t-shirts. There you go. That's one that's there. Moby. Vegan t-shirts are hashtag vegan. 4.2Ks. Don't know if we're selling them or not, but just goes to show that there's plenty of designs out there. So people are doing this. It clearly works. It clearly works to a certain degree. Powered by plants. 94 likes, 9 shares. It's not bad. That's on Amazon. Again, it's just all examples. I mean, and then these are all. I mean, to be fair, these are all quite basic, not great designs really. I mean, this is how you stand out with this stuff. And I mean, also as well, t-shirts. Does it have to be t-shirts? I mean, bags. With print on demand now, you can get bags, cushions, car seat covers, pretty much everything. Like a car seat cover powered by plants. People would buy that. Vegans would buy that kind of thing. Obviously, with a vegan thing, you'd have to be taking care. Certainly as I do it on the food website, you have to be taking care that we are making sure that everything's not tested on animals or that kind of stuff. So you've got to bear that kind of thing in mind. But hopefully you get the idea from this anyway. So go away and take the file. Again, go through your niches, your sub niches, add all your sub niches, look for your websites, your competitions, your YouTube channels, your Instagram accounts, your Facebook pages, and then start adding potential products for each one. So I'll put the barbecue tongs on there. Again, customized. And just keep going and going and going. and you'll come up with a list of stuff. And again, don't necessarily think that this is the stuff that you go. It's to give you ideas. It's to get the sort of creative juices flowing. It's to get you to come up with. The more you research, the more you look into funny sayings in your niche, quotes in your niche. The more you look into the types of stuff that other people are selling, whether it's doing well or not. Again, sorry, I've actually Amazon. So we looked for baking molds, but let's look at say, let's get rid of that and let's look at kitchen and dining. We don't want baking. Let's just go barbecue. So this kind of stuff is cool, you know, barbecue grilling gloves, pulled pork shredder claws. These things are they're awesome. I would love these kind of things. So barbecue grill. Let's see what we could. Let's see if they're even available. Pork shredder claws. They are available. $1.52. On here they are $12.47. You just need a logo putting on them. That's something that I will almost certainly be adding to the website. Almost certainly. Customized. Funny sayings on them. Print on demand. Anything you work out. I will contact these guys, or find them on here. Pork shredder and barbecue tools. See, here we go. It's a little expensive actually. These ones. Okay, so there we go. 100 set minimum order. $1 average cost. 100 sets minimum order. Order 100 of those. Have something engraved along there. And you're going to spend $100, maybe plus a bit of shipping. Sell them for $15, and that's $1,500. So you're talking, plus your advertising, there's profit there, as you can see. They were a decent seller. Got some decent okay transactions. 500. Oh, you see that also the price will go down as well the more you order with these things. But this is cool, and this is from looking over. And they get a free ebook as well with it. So beast claws. I mean, you can really see, can't you, that those are literally these. There is no. They are them. They don't own those. They have literally just bought them and had someone else put a logo on them. So they're developing a brand, and more power to them. They've done an amazing job. Grill Beast, what a great brand. Grill Beast. Sorry, I can't speak. Grill Beast. The meat claws. They've given it a name. It's got a beast claws. It's got a logo on it. What a great brand. And that's a classic example of how it can go. And there's no reason why I or you couldn't go and do exactly the same thing. This guy has clearly just thought, you've got some amazing packaging. I'd packaging bought. He's gone on here. He's branded them up. He's had some unique packaging made, and he may well even have had the packages shipped to these guys. Those guys do the logo for him, put it in a package, and ship it out for him as well. And he never even has to sort of, what's it called, stock them at all. Or he may order them and he may have his own packages. See, what we do at Chisel Tree is we have the boxes that we ship out, and we have them made by another company. We have the watch made by another company, the straps made, and we put everything together, and we engrave them ourselves, and we use it. We send things out in unique packaging that we create. I'm going to cover all that in later modules as well. But this is just giving you really good ideas. So I'm going to add these to pork shredders. Pork shredders. Let's have a look what else we've got here. Again, this video is going on a little bit. Sorry about that. But barbecue tools. Let's go. Barbecue tools. That's not bad. You could maybe come up with something that, I don't know, maybe you could have it so that you could tell people to put like a can of beer in there or something, and the can of beer steams up through the chicken. I believe they call it, in America, I believe they call it beer butt chicken. I don't know. Okay, oh, that's cool. That is cool. So, meat irons, so they could be customized with anything you want on them, and then they can imprint that onto the meat. That's very clever. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, there we go. There's those gloves. So heat-resistant grill gloves. Let's have a look. There we go. Are they even the same ones? They're not the same, but they're pretty similar. And again, having that's a full set. So having your logo, your barbecue logo put on there, and your barbecue logo put on there, creating like a cool brand, like throwing something in for free, a little ebook or one of these. Knives are quite. Wouldn't particularly want to have those shipped through customs, but yeah. So as you can see, there's tons. There's absolutely tons. So anyway, I hope you got the gist, and I'm gonna go away and do what you will hopefully be doing, which is carry on with your file and put together your list of products, and we can move on to the next video. So my name's Simon Greenhouse. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.